Need it. So
Yeah.
I guess that's the other factor.
You see that priority as well when Mech go to plans. I think a lot of the time that spike is going to Shados on this attack because it's something they're very much focused around. I think he only has 4 orbs from combat this half because he was 15-5, right? Now he's 18-6. So he's got 1 death, he's got his 3 kills, and the rest is just from getting orbs and getting plants. What you want to see?
Building in towards this A site take. Again, you've got the sort of regression coming out from Durka and Magnum. He knows that the plan on the other side is likely to just go for this Sage Wall, get an after plant. So he's trying to at least reduce the opportunity of them being able to do that. And Shados is going to take some damage on his way out, but he'll survive.
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing, Shados is not only healing himself, but he's getting the heal from Redgar a lot of the time. Remember, Sage's heal gets interrupted if she takes damage, whereas Redgar can just keep on healing him, even as he's in that snake bite, and that's what we saw there. As he's running out of the snake bite, he was consistently at 70 HP, being kept alive by Redgar. They're going to tap this here. Molly's coming over, but they've got it halfway. That's great for Fnatic. They can be comfortable taking their foot off the pedal a little bit here. Durka, well, he's never comfortable doing that. It starts to become a problem now. They know it's halfway. Mech are going to rush out to try and stop this, but they can't get there in time. Fnatic have just snuffed the defuse under their nose. They had the cover there. 2 players swinging in from middle. Easy to deal with when you've got that many players to the good for Fnatic. And that's a round that they desperately needed too.
Yeah, the problem is, even though there were some weapons in that round for the opposition, Mech can still buy into this one comfortably, and yet you're starting to see the crack show on Fnatic's side. Like, okay, a Judge on this map is not that much of a crack. In fact, it's more of an irritation than a rifle at times, but still, you know that those ultimates are building up on both sides. You know that Mech are much closer to that victory, and they knew as well they could have just saved those extra guns, but doing the damage onto Fnatic's economy is so much more valuable because a round loss here and they're in trouble.
The Trailblazer waits a moment, spots out that long is clear. Mystic! Oh god, he's got one already, but he'll be dealt with at least. Not sticking around quite long enough. That'll buy them the control they were after on this Mech side. For the res still to play with, there you go. Defo's going to be brought back into the round, and now Mech look to blitz on through. The kill already going their way to open this up. They're waiting for Brave to be pushed out by the nade. Nobody can come and help them through the TP. That's just a beautiful execute by Mech. Every fight a 1vx, and now Magnum's got to clutch it all by himself. The most valuable statistic out there, of course, it's not a hint of sarcasm can be detected here. 10-6, 4 rounds between them. Fnatic on the defense, pulling out their Judge play yet again. This time, you know, I actually like where they've put it. Considering how many rounds Mech have been playing for this control over Lambs, Tom, you said it yourself, that if Mech get control of Lambs, you're losing the round 9 times out of 10. And they've used their wall to exclusively walk into there a couple of times. So having a Judge there right now, it's not terrible. It might end up getting some late round impact if he stays in position.
I will say I have seen very recently the Nats going in, killing the guy who had the Judge, picking up their Judge and using it to kill their teammates. So it's a double-edged sword. If you go down with that gun, he will use it to kill you. So
yeah, Judge in the Viper's Pit gets really
They also
scary.
just got Seekers because they're on the other side. They went and got the Orb over on B Long after the initial bout. So Boaster now has Seekers. There's a lot of ults currently online.
Yep, Boaster deep flash. They saw nobody outside B make the gamble play into the A side, and Fnatic, well, they've got the numbers here.
30 seconds left.
Let's see what they can do with them. They've already lost a few players, and the Judge just spotted. Look how quickly. It's like one shot, and that's like, nope. Nope, I'm going back the other way. Popping the snake bites down, keep him at bay for now. There's just no need for Mech to feel the need to do anything. They can just sit in position and wait. Spike is down. The round should be theirs. Nicely done by Shados.
Yeah, Mystic. Wow. He didn't even get a chance to breathe. Fnatic have a lot to do on this side, and it's going to start off with some of those ults being spammed, I'm sure.
Fnatic have yet again used that wall to defend the A side. Viper's Pit down inside of that. I mean, this is a really strong setup. I mean, they looked like they wanted to just wall off them playing towards collapse, but they've halted that. It looks like Fnatic also kind of have a good read. They saw the wall go down, they saw it go up, and then...
Mitch, you've turned into KO, so I'm gonna have to cut you off. He's not even on this map this time. I don't know why you keep putting on the voice changer, but nonetheless, we are gonna have ourselves still this 5v5 scenario. Almost seeing Redguard trying to fake things out in towards the A site as the rest of the team look to buddy up in onto B. Still going to be some counter utility. Defo hoping to try and find something here with the showstopper, but if anything, he's just forced them back, and that's fine. It may not be damage, but instead they managed to lock down half of this site. Counter ultimates being expended. It's an observer's nightmare of different pieces of utility being thrown out all at once, and the time still ticking as Boaster and Mystic combine within the smoke, and now it's left to Redgar. A 1 versus 4 scenario. Fnatic have used a lot to make sure that they guarantee this round for themselves, and there's even a flank coming through towards the end. No chance for Redguard to win this at this point. The Spike in a horrible position, and he's going to try and get some damage done. They have plenty when it comes to economy. A nice shot, at least.
11-7 as we move on up, move on out. We got to take a look at Fnatic. Sat down on the A site with 3 players. They better be ready because Meg are upping the pace. Already shifted in quickly towards the site. Seekers have been put out. They look to take a fight on top of the box. Shados has landed it. And with Brave down, well, and the spike hasn't gone through just yet. There's Seekers coming from behind. Mech can easily take a rotate on this.
Yeah, you can see all the counter utility just being thrown out by Fnatic, because once Mech have got into these afterplants, they just haven't stood a chance. They've used snake bites, they've used molotovs, paint shells, just everything they can to try and stop this plant going down. The difference though is there's still a minute left on the clock, and Durkey's had to go forward. He's trying to fight into these players, and Shados is going to shut him out before he can get anything done. Nice shots from Magnum, but it might not be enough.
Boaster super late flank, but they're watching for it. Redgar has been clearing this the whole time, but Boaster hits the shot, clears his back. Now he'll look forward some information, but oh, it's costly. The shot's connected for Meg beautifully. We deserve a 3rd map in this series. That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited to see Split. Like, I really want it to happen, especially with the recent comp we saw come out of Mech. It's something that was just so enjoyable to watch, like Defo switching things up onto a Neon and making it work, but not necessarily in the manner we expected. Still though, can't count Fnatic out just yet, because there is Durka once again. An early start. It will be the res though, because Shados has it like every 2 rounds or something at this point.
Yeah, I feel like it's an ability at this point more so than an ultimate. And dude has it, but never uses it, or never needs to, I guess, a lot of the time.
His ult is the slow. He's using those a lot more rarely.
Well, Mech are going to be making their way into the A side, but not quite getting the jump on Fnatic that they were hoping for. Another kill to the defender's side, and at this point, still with a wall to play with. Shados can maybe get the plant down. Where are we going with this one? All the way through. Okay, yeah, eventually it's time to run away. That drone spotting them out. Blank coming through from the B side already. Now, Fnatic got great control in this round.
Oh, Durka will go down. The thing is, they're whittling away at these remaining players just by all of that utility again being used for plant denial. Redgar, he's got a good timing. Oh, it's moments. He could have just waited a second, but he didn't know that there was a couple of players there, and eventually Mystic will be there to close things out. Fnatic survive, at least for now, and then a relatively clean one at that. They do well to fight in those early rounds. They stop the lurks coming through.
Sorry to spoil the party.
In that round, Mitch, there were definitely moments like Nats facing off against Magnum, for example. If that goes the other way, maybe the round does too.
The lead isn't as comfortable as it might look. In this round here, though, at least most of Mech won't be affected. Just a Bulldog for Shados to play with Poster. Almost got the timing on them swinging out on mid, but instead we'll reset. Good information control as well, Mech, right? The players on mid, like you've got the Boombot going down there, then you've got the player destroying the Trailblazer. Like this, even though Fnatic have pushed on B, they don't fully know that it's an A hit yet.
They've still rotated players in, though. They've already got Brave here. They've done a lot of damage to Shados. Of course, he's just going to heal himself back up. But he's the player who's got that wall. And we've seen this so many times. This timing could be absolutely everything. Oh, it's not pretty, but then it's Chronicle, who ramps back through as well. Now jumping into that TP. They have this site for free. Fnatic looked like they had such a solid read, but that split-second mid-round call from Redgar might have just ended the map.
Yeah, just great space taking from him, sitting down outside. Like I said, keeping those players in position by just avoiding giving them the information that B is clear. It was such a small thing, but it led to Fnatic having 2 players on B long in the late round when the hit came in. So they try to rotate through quickly, running down B long, running down the fountain. And of course, Redgar is sat there. He's listening to that the whole time, making the call nice and easy. And at that point, in my eyes at least, the round is already won.